What's up, everybody? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett. With me, as always, is the lovely
Tiff-tastic.
That's right. And today we are talking about what, Tiff?
We are talking about a little thing, or big thing, I guess you could say, called Venom.
We're talking about the Venom movie. We're waiting for people to join up here because we're doing this
Live.
live from our house. It's Saturday night. We are one wild and crazy guy and one wild crazy chick. And we're talking about Venom tonight. And so wanted to do this review and wanted to get it out. So figured we'd do it live, right?
Yeah, so what? Who cares?
So what? Let's do it. All right, so let's talk about Venom. We're waiting for people to come and join us. Hey, thank you guys so much for your support of the channel. We really appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new to the channel and this is your first time here, this is the Poindexter Lounge. And what is it, Tiff?
A place for nerds.
That's right. It's a place for nerds. It's a place where we talk about all kinds of fun stuff that we love, like TV shows, movies, games, comic books, Star Wars, Marvel, DC.
A little bit of everything.
All of it. We cover it all here. And so we're just glad to have each and every one of you with us. And Tiff?
Yes.
We are quickly approaching 4,500 subscribers.
Very cool.
What's up, Royal? Royal Official. And Royal is one of them.
Nice.
And so thank you, Royal, for being here. It is good to have you with us tonight. And so we just want to say thank you to all of our subscribers. Thank you for being with us. When we hit 5,000 subscribers, we're going to do a giveaway of some kind of appreciation to all of you who subscribe to the channel, all right? So if this is your first time, hit subscribe so that you can be here and be a part of that. And we'll announce that when we get close. But today, we're not going to talk about anything else. We're talking about Venom, the movie. Now, Tiff, were you looking forward to Venom?
I actually was. I know that there were some people who had some different ways of thinking of where this took place, but I actually liked the idea of, and of course I'm drawing a blank right now, who played him? Tom Hardy?
Tom Hardy, yes.
I thought he was actually a great choice to play him.
So one problem with doing it live, right? Brain farts, yeah, there you go.
No, I'm in like a seafood coma right now, so.
We'll talk about that in a minute, but yeah, okay. So.
But I thought that he was a great choice to play Venom. I thought he had a good, you know, he had the smarts when he was doing all of the footwork for his show, but then he also had the funny, and so did Venom, the voice of it inside his head. I thought he did a great job reacting to hearing the voice.
So I'll just say up front, I never had a problem with them doing a Venom movie. I'm fine with that, and I get it. We did our Venom trailer reaction, and see here, She-Venom, hey, love the movie. I hope they make a Carnage, and
did you stay and watch the end,
yes.
The last two credits? Okay.
Yes, okay. So we'll get to that in a second, okay? Give us just a second. We're just starting off. So we're just giving our initial thing. So we did our movie trailer reaction to Venom and got blasted because I made a little comment, just a little tiny comment.
Baby comment.
Didn't say that I wasn't interested in the movie. I've been looking forward to Venom. I just said it was strange for me, having grown up in the 80s. TV just turned off. Or is turning off. But it was weird for me growing up in the 80s and with this movie not having anything to do with Spider-Man, right? And I think that's a legitimate thing to say. I get it. Venom has evolved and has done a lot since. And I read the Lethal Protector comic book, so I'm very aware of what Venom is and where Venom goes from here.
I do think they had a good idea of explaining like how he came to be, though, in this movie.
Yeah, so
I thought that was cool.
So I was looking forward to this movie, but my one concern was that. So the origin is different, but he acted like in the comics, they use many scenes in the comics. So that's a good point, and that's She-Venom. So that was how I felt about it, right? So I love the movie. I'll just put it out there. I'll just kind of go.
I thought it was awesome. I want to see it again.
I'll just go again. I'll just go first. I loved the movie. I loved that Venom was Venom in this movie. Totally made up for Topher Grace mistake in Spider-Man 3.
2 seconds in, we're like, Topher who?
Oh my goodness.
Thank you for redeeming that.
You know, I tell you what, and obviously Spider-Man 3 had all kinds of problems because Sam Raimi, great director, great writer, but he didn't like the character of Venom, and he flat out made that known. He said, I don't like Venom. I don't get the character. And Sony forced him to put Venom in Spider-Man 3. He didn't want Venom to be in Spider-Man 3. They forced him because the fans wanted Venom. So I get that. I understand that. But this movie, man, nailed it. I mean,
Yes.
he looks like Venom, acts like Venom. True Sandman storyline was good. Yeah, Sandman was fine in Spider-Man 3. There were just... Venom felt very forced. Plus, they didn't really even show Venom that much. You know, Venom didn't look like Venom. He looked like Spider-Man with teeth.
Yeah.
Instead of looking like Venom should
This
look
one had
big
the
and
tongue
muscular.
coming out and everything. I loved it.
Oh my
The look was
gosh!
spot
I mean,
on.
how do you do Venom without having the tongue
I
and
know.
all that look and the bulk of Venom? And so, I love that. What I loved was when the humor started.
Yeah.
It's like-
I like her. Let's get in the car.
It's like, oh, you know what? I get where this is going now.
Yeah.
I understand this movie, and I'm liking what I see. So I will say, yeah, you forgot about my scene in the movie. They used the scene from the comics. Yeah, so I hear ya. So it was a good. It was just a good film overall.
Yes.
Right? I enjoyed it. The
The
action.
kids enjoyed it.
So I was shocked. We saw it on Thursday night. But this is the first that we're having an opportunity to do our review. So when that night, I almost didn't go see it because I was exhausted Thursday. I got like no sleep, and I promised everybody. I promised Tiff and the boys. I said we're gonna go see Venom. Let's go. And my concern was though, like if you ever gone to the movies when you're really tired, how like you just start nodding off.
Rogue One happened twice.
Yeah,
to me.
so you start nodding off, and you don't want to, and it's not that it's a bad movie necessarily.
But you're
It's just
exhausted,
you're
it's
just
dark.
tired. And so my concern was I was going to get in this movie that I've been waiting for, and I was going to nod off, and I didn't do that. The movie had great pacing. That's what I thought.
Oh yeah.
I was shocked after the fact to realize that that it was a 2-hour movie.
It didn't feel like it.
It did not feel
No.
like a 2-hour movie at all. It moved along at a nice clip.
And it explained a lot too about the symbiotes and how they got them back and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
So what was your initial thoughts on the movie, Tiff?
I thought it was it was something I was looking forward to anyway. And Tom Hardy, I'm sorry, my dog is loving on me, so I'm letting him love me.
That's Wookiee.
It's our Wookiee dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seen hi?
Yeah. He's making his debut. What'd you
Yes.
think of the Venom movie? Did you go? You didn't go.
Speak.
All right. So
No, but I thought it was very well done. I like how it explained, the love story, and then how it changed because of what he did. Mm-hmm. And then it just shows that after everything he went through to find out that he was correct, and then he was kind of going. But then I thought it was cool to kind of see the different trials, the different how the symbiotes would attach to people and what would happen, and how Venom was a different breed. He was like the runt of his kind.
Yeah.
So that's how it was able to, have him be such a beefy guy and muscular, and him being the runt of his kind. Then that it allowed them to be able to coexist together.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was very well explained.
So that was good. So the villain,
Riot.
well, not Riot necessarily, but the guy who was in charge of the Life Foundation, the
He
guy
was
who was
kind
in
of a
Rogue
jerk.
One. So I had a little bit of a problem with him as a character. I didn't think he was super strong, and I thought he was too like mustachy, kind of twirling villain, like we're
He
just gonna
seemed more-
take
he
over the
seemed
world.
More techie, more just that's fine. Kill next victim. Like he was
Yeah.
very thought. He was like thoughtless.
It was those points in the movie that I felt could have been done a little better. You know what one especially was with Riot, when after they had bonded and they had the scene where Riot was kind of telling his what his plans were and how he's like, I've got a whole army waiting for
when
me.
he came out like
Right.
fa-
Yeah.
looked
When
at
he,
him.
yeah. When he was looking, he's like, I got a whole army waiting for him that will do my bidding, and one guy says, well, like our bidding, right? And he's like, oh yeah, that was kind of weird. It was kind of an awkward moment.
Because Eddie and Venom, they had he would always say us, we.
Yeah.
Where it showed that though him maybe being the smaller of his kind, that maybe with Riot it was more like he was taking over.
That's not what I mean,
him.
though. That's not what I mean. No, I meant like as far as how it was acted out and actually written.
Oh.
It was kind of cringy, because it was like Riot was saying, you know, they're gonna follow me, and I can't remember the guy's name right now who was the villain, but he. So if you guys remember, please post it up here so when as we're talking about it, I can remember. But he made that comment. He's like, "You mean we, right?" It was just kind of like it didn't feel like that particular scene
Needed that.
was thought out. Like
Yeah.
it was too kind of like on the nose. Like come on.
Like it worked with Eddie. You don't need to make that joke with this guy.
Well, it just seemed like it wasn't even a joke. It just seemed like it was a weird, awkward kind of thing between the two of them. You know, that wouldn't have said, yes, I wish Cassidy. Oh yeah, hold on a second. Let me pull this back up. Wish Cassidy would have said, "I'm going to turn this world into a bloody vat." Yes, but we'll get to that. Hold on a second. So those things were all good. I thought there could have been a little bit more character development with a couple of the villains. I thought there could have been some more character development with Riot to make me care a little bit more about it, because they kind of threw him in
At the end,
kind of
like,
at
oh,
the
by the
end.
way.
There was kind of like a by the way, but I mean you can only do so much in a movie,
It was very.
and they
cool
had to set up Venom.
It was cool animation though when they kind of like put the two of them together, Venom and Riot, and the people in
Oh.
between them, and it was just that was very cool.
That was so
Very
cool
well
to
done.
see that 3D-ish kind of stuff, you know, I mean, going on. So there's that. Now, as far as the other thing, my one concern, and I'll just say spoiler warning for this, and you probably already realized this already, so I don't know how much of a spoiler warning spoiler it is. My big concern going in was no Spider-Man. Honestly, my biggest drawback to the whole movie coming out was no Spider-Man. I have to agree with the comment that just came up, and I can't see it right this second to see who made it. I think it was Royal. I want to see this Venom be involved in a Spider-Man movie.
Like with Tom Holland or with anyone?
With Tom Holland. I want to see interaction between.
Because those two would be perfect.
Yeah, I want to see this. I want to see an explanation, because that was the one thing that kind of took me out of the movie sometimes, was that for me, Venom is connected with Spider-Man. I know that, no pun intended, people bit my head off in our trailer review because I said that.
But it didn't leave you a turd in the wind.
No, it did not. And also, if you haven't seen it already, see my my little parody video of the song "Dust in the Wind" by Kansas, "Turd in the Wind." It's right here on the channel. Little plug there. But no, I mean, people were mad at me because I said that Venom was connected with Spider-Man. Venom's connected with Spider-Man. I'm sorry, I don't know what you want me to say. Venom's connected with Spider-Man, and to me, it was something that it was a story that I grew up with. I understand there's been other Venom stories since, but for me, for them to tell the Venom origin story, it felt weird for it not to include that the movie was supposed to be rated R, but they cut out a few scenes to make it PG-13. Yes, Royal, and they're actually talking. They're already back. They're kind of backpedaling a little bit on it, because they're already talking about that there's going to be a director's cut when the Blu-ray comes out. That'll probably be R-rated or not rated at all. So that'll be interesting to see. And actually, Tom Hardy himself is actually kind of backpedaling on a few of the scenes, saying that he shot like there's like a half hour of scenes that he was really hoping to see in the movie that never made it into the movie, that he said would have made it a better movie. So that's fine. Plus, you know, there was this whole thing, we did a story about it, about Lady Gaga and like all them trying to, you know, say the bad things about it. But like I said, with Spider-Man, I loved the movie. I loved Venom in the movie. Venom looked like Venom. I missed the white spider on his chest. I just got to say, I missed the white spider on his chest. But I loved the interaction between Eddie. So what scene was your favorite? I loved a lot of the stuff between Eddie and Venom. I loved
the dialogue in his head.
Yeah, I loved the dialogue going on in his head. If I had to pick a favorite scene, I mean, one of my favorite scenes, and it's going to sound a little cliche because it was so prevalent in the marketing of it, but I do like the end scene. At the end of the movie where he's in the convenience store, and Venom looks around the corner and he goes, "Bad guy." He's like, "Yep." And you know, and that, I mean, that was a really good scene, but I wish Venom symbiote were female. Well, you know, we got a little bit.
We got a little when the girlfriend lady
Yeah.
whatever she was to him.
Yeah.
I actually liked at the end when they were sitting on the stoop of the step and talking, and all of a sudden he just kind of like, because you thought what happened at the end happened and didn't, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's like,
Venom
are you
was
okay?
Venom was still in there talking to
yeah,
him
I'm
and stuff.
fine.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay,
That
whatever.
would make for a weird relationship though, wouldn't it? He acts like a girlfriend in the comics to his host. Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
That is very true to a point. Yeah, but like, can you imagine like if I were Eddie Brock in a relationship with you? It'd be weird to have a symbiote like as
Same
part of
stuff.
that. Well, as part of that relationship. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That'd be like a kind of a really weird. I don't know.
Trifecta of weird.
I don't know how. I mean, how would
Name
you
of
feel
your
about
band?
that? How would you feel about that?
It's weird.
Yeah, like you'd need to kind of separate yourself. I think if you were going to be intimate.
It would be like having a twin attached to you, and that comes with the territory.
Yeah, I guess so. So, so I liked the end scene. I liked I liked the initial scene where he was first finding out about Venom.
Yeah.
And then when Venom first manifested himself, when all of the soldiers came in there, all the guys came in there with the guns blazing and everything, and we first got Venom, I thought that was good. The chase was done really well. I really liked the CGI in the chase scene. I thought that was done really
Gross
great.
that he had garbage chicken.
Yeah, that was kind of nasty.
doing?
But, you know, hey, it is what it is. I wonder if Hybrid will show up after they killed off Riot. You know, anything's possible. You know, like they say, never... We never saw a body, you know, so, you know, anything is possible. But, so...
And Carnage is also in...
Yeah, so let's get to that. So, overall, I
Which is
really
one of my
enjoyed the movie. I really enjoyed the movie.
I loved it.
A little disappointed that Spider-Man is not mentioned. Now, there are a couple of mentions, like he talks about the Daily Globe. I heard, and I got to see the movie again, because I heard that there's a reference to J. Jonah Jameson in it, but I didn't hear it during there.
We were just too excited to be there and enjoying it too.
So I got to rewatch that. But even with no Spider-Man and no reference to Spider-Man, I still thought it was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it didn't kick me out of it. A lot of people are saying the movie is whack. My answer to them is see the film for yourself and don't go off what critics say.
Exactly.
So Royal, that's the story
That's
of
how
my
we
life.
always feel.
That's the story of my life.
If critics like it, we hate it. If they hate it, we like it. So.
Made a comment there about Scream, wishing for her full symbiote form. Yeah, I was kind of surprised that we didn't really get to see that either. That was kind of weird. Because why bring her into it if you're not gonna show her? I don't know. But yeah, so that's the story of my life, man. It seems like with movies and TV shows and stuff that I enjoy is that apparently everybody thinks everything I like sucks nowadays. I mean, I like The Last Jedi. People apparently think The Last Jedi sucks.
All of Batman vs Superman movies.
I like DC. Right now, everybody seems to
Justice
be on
League,
this.
all
What's up, Marvel dude? Sup? 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 Welcome. We're just talking Venom over here. That's it. It's a place for nerds. Pull up a chair. Let's talk. That's what the Poindexter Lounge is all about, folks. So I mean, what do you think? So what do you accept to see an Agent? I'd be down to see an Agent Venom movie, but I think we got to pace ourselves, right? I mean, now we got the Venom movie. I think that we have to pace ourselves for what comes next, and so let's just get into what comes next. Obviously, everybody knew that Woody Harrelson was cast in this movie, and nobody really knew. They wouldn't come out and say who he was, but
That curly red hair, though, he looks like Sideshow Bob.
yeah. Marvel Dude says, seen Venom yesterday. It was good. Make Tom Hardy anti-Venom. It'd be interesting. You know what? That'd be an interesting thing to see.
Isn't that the gray and
to
white
see
scale
Venom
version?
maybe bond with Spider-Man, and
There you go.
and Tom Hardy take on anti-Venom for a while, and like to explain that could
be
work as
super
well.
cool.
So the Spider-Man has the black suit for a while. That would be pretty cool, actually. Yeah. So. We got Woody Harrelson, and we all kind of suspected, just because it's Woody Harrelson and he kind of fits the profile for Carnage and for that character. And sure enough, we get that end scene, and there he was. And I love the line about how when he gets out, there's
gonna be carnage.
There's going to be carnage, and That's great. I remember, I was never, and I've admitted this to everybody, Marvel dude, I'm sorry, but I'm a big DC fan. Yeah, but I always wish that they make a symbiote Spider-Man movie or cartoon without evil emotion. Well, that's part of it though. I mean, the symbiote starts to take over, and that's part of it because Venom started off as a villain for Spider-Man, and so that's kind of that. I think you could do it now after having watched this. I'm sorry, my phone froze up for a second. After having watched this Venom movie, since they started off with kind of the lethal protector kind of idea, he doesn't have to be evil, just more aggressive. For Spider-Man, and that starts to take over where it changes his personality until he has to get rid of the symbiote. And so then I could see that where you don't have to make him evil necessarily. You don't have to undo what this movie did in making Venom the kind of the anti-hero kind of character. So I think you could do that. I think you could just make him more aggressive. But Peter freaked out. The suit is alive, and that's why he rejected him. Venom didn't do anything wrong. No, it's a good point. It's a good point. But, I mean, it did start to change his personality, right? So I don't think that they have to make him evil. Just aggressive. And, yeah, he finds out the suit's alive and rejects it. And so, so he has it. So what I was saying is Marvel dude, thank you, get me back on track here, is that, I've always been a big DC fan. And so I didn't read a lot of Marvel comic books growing up, but some of the stuff that I did read back in the 80s was Spider-Man. I read Spider-Man comics, and I remember when Venom was created and when Venom was put into the comics. And so I remember some of those storylines. And I remember like being freaked out by Venom a little bit as a kid, and seeing him as a character. And so that's why I have that connection with him and see Venom as that old school.
You're saying Venom enough. You're starting to sound like Eminem.
The Venom, get him, Venom. Yeah. Hey, I like Eminem, but I don't know so much about that song. It would probably grow on me. But what I was saying is that, so like, we live in a world that people just seem to not like the stuff that I like. And so with this Venom movie, people seem to have a hard time with it. Critics, forget him. Forget him. I like Venom. Because Venom was a good movie, and just like a lot of the stuff that I like, I don't think it was deserving or has been deserving of some of the critics and the backlash that it's gotten. I think it was a good movie, and I think that I would love to see a sequel to Venom. I would like to see where the story goes from here, how Eddie Brock proceeds, where they go with Venom, if it is bringing in Spider-Man. Thanks to the Flash to show everyone Venom can become true hero, else he would bite our heads. Yeah, I mean it's cool. If Venom doesn't get featured in a Spider-Man movie, at least feature him in a Spider-Man game. Sure. Well, I mean, we'll probably get for the new Spider-Man game that just came out. I mean, that's doing really, really well, and people are really loving that game. So maybe we'll get a sequel to that. I have not played the game yet, so I don't really know what's in the game. But sure, why not? But I would like to see a proper Spider-Man Venom crossover.
Yeah.
I would like to see that happen, and I wouldn't have a problem with Venom being a part of the MCU. I think they should make a Venom movie game now. Sure. I mean, now that he's been reintroduced, here's the thing. Critics can say whatever they want to, and Lady Gaga fans can do all they want to troll.
But 10 million on Thursday, the day before opening.
And the movie is tracking to make like $80 million now. So in its first weekend.
Sorry, Venom. I think A Star Is Born with Venom.
So as long as that keeps up, and keeps doing well, and that it stays that way. And I think if there's word of mouth for fans like you guys and fans like us who tell friends that we run into and say, hey, the Venom movie was good. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but we're kind of the people. I mean, obviously we got the YouTube channel and we do these kind of things, and so people ask us a lot about our opinions about movies and things like that, and TV shows and comic book things, and so I've been asked several times, what did you think of Venom since I saw it Thursday night?
It.
And I've told them it was a good movie. Go see it. And so I think if there's good word of mouth on it,
yes,
from fans, from people who just went to see the movie, from just movie goers, it'll continue to do well. And my only hope is that Sony doesn't get it in their head that because Venom does well, that they need to pull Spider-Man out of the MCU and just use Spider-Man in their own universe, that Spider-Man doesn't need the MCU, because I don't want to see that, right? I bet Sony will ask for Silver Surfer rights because he was one of the Carnage hosts. Yeah, but don't look for that to happen anytime soon, because Disney is just now getting back all those rights. I mean, it's not finalized yet, but it's happening. It's happening. Pretty much that Disney's buying Fox. So don't look for that to happen anytime soon, because they're not going to get them. Marvel is not going to let anything go. Trust me. Anything that they can get their hands on as far as getting their characters back. Yeah, even stuff that happened in the comics, you're more likely to see Disney fighting hard to get Venom than Sony winning over anything to get Silver Surfer rights or any other character away from Marvel ever again, because Marvel learned their lesson with that, selling off all those movie rights. That sucks when you want to do a universe where you have all your characters. But hey, the good news is that we're going to be seeing a lot of those characters soon in Marvel movies, like the X-Men and Silver Surfer and Fantastic Four.
They showed previews for that, and that was awesome too.
Oh, the new. I'm talking about though in the MCU.
Oh, together, yeah.
So a lot of that's going to get rebooted, and then we'll go from there. But so that's our thoughts on the Venom movie. I really enjoyed it. Tiffany, if you had to give it a 1 through 5, what would you have given it?
I would give it about an 8.
Out of 5?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said 10. I'm sorry. I can't number today.
So I have not heard of Sleeper, so I'm not aware of that. But just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a preview. So a lot of you know that I had bariatric surgery back in April, and totally altogether since November I have lost 150 pounds. And so I feel great. If you go back and watch some of our old videos, you're going to get to see that it looks like I lost an entire person, or that, like, if you watch an old video,
150 pounds is a person.
it looks like I ate another person.
You're like,
my goodness, I don't know how I was breathing back then, but hey, whatever. But the lovely Tiff-tastic, she is going to be doing that. So tonight, she's getting ready to start. She is having the bariatric surgery in a couple of weeks.
2 weeks from
from Monday. And I'm super proud of her, and I hope that she has all the success that I've had, and we're doing
Tonight
this
was
together.
my last supper. That's why I am full of seafoods and stuff.
Because she has to start a liquid diet that she's going on, and so
For 2 weeks leading up to it.
Yeah, so keep Tiff-tastic in your
Yes.
in your thoughts and prayers if you would, and because she's going to be doing that. But
And none of you taping me like under anesthesia or something to throw on the channel.
I would never do something like
Yes,
that.
you did that when I had my tonsils out.
So Tiff,
Yes.
1 through 5, what would you give it?
Okay, a 4. I thought you said 10. That's why I said 8.
Yeah, I would also give it a 4, just because there's a couple of, like I said, a couple of scenes that I thought that they could have probably done just a little better and explained some more and fleshed out some characters more. But like I said, it's an origin story, and I felt like.
But I give Tom Hardy a 5 for playing Venom, though. I thought he was a perfect Eddie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was so much better than Topher Grace. Thank you, Jesus.
My grandma would be better than Topher Grace.
Oh my goodness. I mean, like, I'm sorry, whatever you thought of the movie, if you liked it, didn't like it, whatever, you gotta admit that this was so much better than Spider-Man 3, right? I'm finding the next bad guy in the city. Okay, I don't think I got that. Yeah, so it's just, this was so much better than what we've seen of Venom, so it was nice to see that. Tom Hardy will make Topher a baby Venom and eat him.
I would pay to see that.
I would pay to watch that movie. I'd pay to watch that movie. Just get Topher Grace be eaten by Venom. Yeah. That'd be great. You know, they should put that in as like something in the next Venom movie.
If Deadpool can make fun of himself in his movies, why can't Venom?
That'd be a movie too.
You're like, I eat people like you for lunch.
Deadpool and Venom in a movie together would be a good movie
Venom
too.
Pool?
Venom Pool.
Yeah, they got that pop.
There you go. Well, hey guys, thanks for joining us tonight on a Saturday night. We appreciate each and every one of you for sticking with us. Hey, if you like the channel, support the channel, right? Tell people about the channel and bring more people here.
Find more nerds that need to be here.
All right, and so we can join and have these kind of conversations. Thank you guys for all of your comments and your questions. I really, really appreciate that. Okay, one time in the comics, the Green Goblin was bonded with Carnage.
Nice.
Oh, that would have been, yeah, I don't remember that. I don't think I read that.
That would be very cool.
That would be interesting.
We have homework to do, so thank you guys.
Thank you very much for bringing that to my attention.
I'll have to be taking some comics to the hospital.
I look forward to Carnage. I remember Carnage being introduced back in the 90s because I had a buddy that when we got into comic books, he collected the Carnage books and like Maximum Carnage, that story between Venom, Spider-Man, and Carnage. So I do know about Carnage, and I'm looking forward to seeing what that does, what they do with that in a sequel. And I really hope this is one of those movies that doesn't like tease us with like something and then like the sequel never
like fool you
gets made. Oh, Carnage Goblin killed Flash in the comics. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't know that. Okay. Well, okay, then now I get what you're saying. All right. Yeah, that was sad. But yeah, so I really hope this doesn't turn out to be one of those movies that we're kind of promised a sequel and teased a sequel and then never get it, because I did a whole video about that. That just sucks when you get these movies that underperform or something and they don't make the sequel, and it's like, what? We're never gonna get Carnage, or yeah, or like Green Lantern, which it wasn't the greatest movie, but you tease us with Mark Strong as Sinestro, and then we're never gonna see Mark Strong as Sinestro. This is never gonna happen, which should have been the first Green Lantern movie to begin with. I digress. We're talking about Venom, but hey, guys, thanks so much for joining with us. We appreciate it, and we appreciate each and every one of you for watching. All right, guys, keep all the love coming, and
questions, ideas, just any kind of videos. We've got some stuff in the works. We've got different things that we want to bring up. Talks of possibly gaming. So all you gamers out there, start paying attention. We might have some coming out in the next week or two.
And we'll just let you know this: if you're a fan at all of wrestling, action figures, toys in general, or just fun, stay tuned, because we got something planned.
We got something up our sleeve.
It's going to be completely different. Some original programming from the Poindexter Lounge that is definitely nerdy. Yes. All right, so look for that, guys. Until next time, my name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, along with the lovely
Tiftastic.
All right, guys, keep it real and
keep it nerdy.
Keep it nerdy. We are Venom. Till next time. See you guys. Have a good night. Bye-bye.